If there is a God side and the other side, if there are moral things and things that are immoral, if there is this side or that side, it can't be left up to thought process. I'm an enforcer on this side.
Katt Williams didn't just make an offhand comment. He walked on stage, leaned into the mic, and dropped a statement that caught everyone's attention. With his sharp, confident delivery, he suggested that Michelle Obama had allegedly been involved with women, not men. The remark made the audience pause, unsure if they heard him correctly. Moments later, the room reacted with a mix of laughter and disbelief. Williams is known for his deliberate approach when making bold claims. He rarely says something like this without purpose. Throughout his career, he has built a reputation for delivering shocking statements in a way that feels backed by proof. This time, his words didn't just stir the air. They cast a shadow over the public image of one of America's most respected political couples.
I'm one of the chosen high-ranked, know the dirt individuals, right? And so dirt responds as they should when the vacuum walks in.
Nah, come on, are you a rapper? You rap on the side?
Katt Williams has a reputation for speaking on topics others avoid. He brings hidden rumors from Hollywood and Washington into the public spotlight. This is the same Williams who has long warned that some public figures with flawless reputations may have private lives they want to keep secret. His past comments have built a sense that he speaks with intent, not just for attention. So, when he made the claim about Michelle Obama's alleged romantic ties to women, it didn't sound like a random joke. It came across more like the first sign of a bigger story waiting to unfold. The lingering question in the air was direct. If Williams truly knows something, how much longer will it be before the rest of the world hears it too?
Going high is not losing the urgency or the passion or the rage, especially when you are justified in it. Going high means finding the purpose in your rage. You know, rage without reason, without a plan, without direction is just more rage.
For years, Michelle Obama has been viewed as a picture of elegance, intelligence, and devotion. Her public role has been defined by speeches centered on family values, flawless media appearances, and unwavering backing of her husband. That image has become her signature. But if Katt Williams' statement holds any truth, there may be a far different story behind the polished surface. It raises the possibility that the marriage the world admires might not be as straightforward as it appears if such claims are real. The next question is what Barack knew, and whether he chose to remain silent. Williams didn't give details, only enough to suggest a bigger issue waiting to surface. Not long after, rumors began pointing toward a property in California said to be linked to Michelle. It wasn't a public space or somewhere casually visited. Instead, it was described as a secluded residence, far removed from the usual political spotlight. Reports suggest she has visited this location on more than one occasion, always discreetly and without any clear professional reason. What makes it more intriguing is the claim that she meets with women whose identities are carefully concealed. These are not the acquaintances seen beside her at galas or public events. If the talk is to be believed, this is not an occasional retreat. It's a separate and private side of her life, kept completely away from public knowledge.
When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
It's hard not to be reminded of another controversial moment from 2014, when Joan Rivers made headlines with an unfiltered comment. She claimed openly that Barack Obama was gay and Michelle was transgender, adding casually, "We all know, at the time, most brushed it off as Joan's signature style, bold, outrageous, and meant to shock." However, only weeks later, Joan died unexpectedly during a medical procedure, a timing that many found unsettling. Her passing became fuel for a wave of online speculation, with conspiracy discussions linking her comments to her fate. In certain online communities, the narrative grew into its own legend. Now, with Katt Williams making his own claims, those long-standing theories are surfacing once again. The conversation that many thought had faded is back in circulation. Old rumors are colliding with new allegations, giving fresh momentum to a story that refuses to disappear.
Shannon Sharpe says he's temporarily stepping away from ESPN in the wake of a $50 million lawsuit accusing him of rape. A woman filed suit against Sharpe on Sunday, accusing him of raping her twice.
The story isn't only about claims of secret relationships. The timeline plays a role too. Michelle's absence from major public moments hasn't gone unnoticed. She wasn't present at former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, and she also missed Donald Trump's inauguration with Barack. Publicly, these absences are explained as scheduling conflicts or a dislike for political pageantry. But in an environment where rumors spread quickly, each absence only sparks more questions. Even Meghan McCain has added to the conversation, saying credible journalists have told her that Barack and Michelle might not just be facing marital struggles, they could be living separately. Without any evidence, a claim like that still gains traction once it enters the public sphere. Then comes the Hollywood twist. For months, entertainment outlets have been floating a different rumor altogether, tying Barack to actress Jennifer Aniston. Both sides have denied the claim, with Jennifer joking in an interview that she's met Barack only once and actually knows Michelle better. Still, the fact that this rumor caught attention at the same time Katt Williams hinted about Michelle's private life creates a messy narrative. It's like watching a slow-building crash where each new piece of gossip collides with the last, until the whole thing becomes impossible to ignore.
So the truth about Jen and Barack is that there is no truth.
There is no
untrue.
truth.
You know Barack Obama.
I've met him once.
Met him once.
I know Michelle more than him.
What is there a truth about you and Michelle that we should know?
That is not true.
The rumor about a private California getaway continues to circulate. According to one source, it's the kind of property designed for complete discretion, with enough distance from neighbors to ensure visitors can arrive and leave unnoticed. If Michelle has truly been spending time there with a specific company, it could explain the restrained and carefully measured public responses. From those close to the Obamas, Barack's recent birthday tribute to Michelle, a photo of them holding hands across a dinner table with the caption "Love You" was intended to show closeness. But for some observers, it came across a stage. The lighting, the stiff framing, and the formality of the message were dissected online, with many wondering if it was a calculated image rather than a genuine moment. This type of presentation is nothing new in political marriages, where public perception holds significant value. Both individuals often have strong incentives to preserve that image, even when reality tells a different story. That's why Katt Williams' timing stands out. He didn't make his comment casually. He did it during a year already filled with scandals and public downfalls. Williams has claimed this would be the year when major figures face long-buried truths. And given his history of making statements that later gain credibility, many are watching closely. His latest words have kept people alert, waiting for whatever might surface next to either confirm or challenge the rumors already in motion.
According to reports, that video will not be released. Attorney Tony Busby came out and said that they are not planning to release that video how they were dropping audio because it's a very strong point of their evidence in this case, and they're going to keep it and use it as such. Yeah. Now, that is interesting because Shannon Sharp, remember, he kept saying he believes the video was going to come out. He believes the video was going to come out. So there's been a change.
When you put Katt Williams' remark alongside the growing rumors, the unexplained absences, the alleged California retreat, the revived Joan Rivers claims, and the Hollywood chatter, the picture that forms is far from steady. Yet, no one close to the Obamas has stepped forward to address it directly. Their choice to remain silent stands out. In the world of public scandals, saying nothing can sometimes speak louder than any denial. The lack of response only fuels curiosity, leaving space for speculation to grow. People are left wondering what's really happening behind closed doors. In one of America's most well-known marriages, the unanswered questions linger. How much of the gossip is grounded in truth? And if there is more to the story, how soon will the public learn the details?
Tony Busby says this is key evidence in our case against Mr. Sharp, so it will not be coming out. He will not be leaking this.
And saying basically it's going to come out during the trial.
Right.
If there's a trial.
If there's a trial, it will come out, which to me sounds like he's still dangling it over Shannon's head to say, we can meet, we can settle this, or we can go forward into a trial, and then the video is going to come.
Joan Rivers spent decades in the public eye, known for her sharp tongue and fearlessness on stage. But in July 2014, she made an offhand comment on the street that seemed to carry unusual weight. When asked if America would ever see its first gay president or first female president, she didn't hesitate. We already have it with Obama. You know Michelle is a, she quipped, laughing before walking away. Unfazed by the reporter's reaction, just weeks later, Rivers went in for what was meant to be a simple throat procedure in New York. Complications arose, her condition worsened, and she never regained full consciousness. Official accounts blamed a series of medical errors. But in rumor circles, the timing between her comments and her death has long been viewed with suspicion, as if the two events might be connected. Whether coincidence or not, That theory has lingered in the background for years, resurfacing whenever the Obamas become the subject of renewed gossip. Now, with Katt Williams making similar pointed remarks, the comparisons are unavoidable. Joan challenged one of the most celebrated couples in politics and died within a month. Williams is doing something similar in an era where social media magnifies every word, and with Michelle already facing rumors about private California retreats, the shadow of Joan Rivers' fate hangs over the conversation. A reminder to some that speaking certain truths can carry heavy consequences.
Not to add insult to injury, but there's a Daily Mail report out today saying Kamala Harris's marriage may be on the rocks. Like everybody's on the rocks. Again, I will say I love the Daily Mail, but the sourcing appeared weak. It was like people who know the couple, but like I don't know if it's any better than that. But they're saying she's blaming him in part for her loss because he turned out to be such a hot mess liability. You buy it?
While Michelle's name has been making repeated rounds in the rumor mill, Barack hasn't been completely spared. His long-standing image as a devoted husband has been tested by a different narrative, one tied to Hollywood connections. Over the past year, Jennifer Aniston's name has surfaced alongside his more than once, largely due to a tabloid cover framing her as a supposed source of tension in the Obama marriage. Aniston addressed the story on camera, denying it outright and noting she's only met Barack a single time. Still, the fact that such a headline made it to a magazine's front page shows just how far speculation has traveled. In the world where celebrity and politics overlap, all it takes is the right timing and a bit of proximity for a rumor to take.
Rocks. The question now isn't if, but when. If I had to guess, they will wait until after the inauguration to announce it. Timing, is everything. And yet the story doesn't end there. For months, I've heard Jennifer Aniston's name tied to Barack. At first, it seemed ridiculous, but the rumors have remained steady among new.
What adds another layer to the story is how the Jennifer Aniston rumor overlaps with the whispers about Michelle's separate life. If both partners are rumored to be finding companionship outside the marriage, in entirely different circles, the question changes. It's no longer just whether the rumors are true, but how long this has been going on and what keeps them together. In politics, a marriage can serve as both a personal bond and a calculated partnership. If that bond has quietly shifted from emotional to strategic, the public may be the last to realize it. Living under the kind of intense spotlight the Obamas face isn't simply bright, it's blinding. Every movement, expression, and interaction is analyzed by millions over time. That kind of scrutiny can erode the natural closeness between two people. Instead of intimacy, a sense of performance can take its place. Even moments meant to be private can end up feeling staged, shaped by the awareness that a camera might be nearby. What may have started as a shared mission could evolve into a managed brand. In that space, the image of Barack and Michelle as a couple can begin to outweigh the reality of their relationship.
She is not sorry.
They are looking forward. All the women in your life.
All the women in my life are looking forward to being able to, live a more normal life.
But still not entirely normal. Obviously, everybody's under the microscope at all times. A little bit more. And you're staying in Washington, D.C., which is unusual for an exiting president.
And we tend to idealize high-profile couples, imagining them as insulated from the everyday struggles that challenge most relationships. In reality, the stakes are often greater for those in power. Protecting a flawless image means even minor disagreements risk becoming public drama. Disputes over career choices, lifestyle, or time spent apart can turn into quiet battles fought under the constant threat of exposure. For two people with strong, independent identities, the compromises needed to maintain a shared public story can slowly erode the comfort they once found in each other. When a relationship at that level begins to drift, fixing it behind closed doors becomes almost impossible. Privacy is scarce. Advisors, friends, and staff are always nearby, each with their own loyalties and motives. Where most couples might use alone time to reconnect, the Obamas have lived in a world where solitude is rare. If they are indeed leading separate lives, it may be less about infidelity and more about survival, creating space to preserve public civility. The real tragedy could be that they became prisoners of the image they built. The love story that once inspired millions may have grown heavier as it became part of the national identity. When the public expects them to remain symbols of hope and unity, any deviation from that script can feel like a betrayal, not just to each other, but to the audience that believes in them. In that sense, the strain goes beyond marriage. It becomes tied to their roles on the world stage. Were they simply victims of their own success, trapped in a story so tightly crafted that it left no room for personal truth? It's a sobering thought, especially when so many leaders and celebrities have endured the same quiet unraveling. Behind carefully managed smiles for the Obamas, the demands of protecting their legacy may have outweighed the freedom to live honestly. What remains is a delicate balance between projecting perfection in public and navigating a far more complicated reality in private.
Do that. I mean, look, they all have their smartphones and they're texting with their friends. They're doing all the stuff that teenagers are doing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Michelle and I try to emphasize to them that they don't want to be on TMZ.
Yeah, right.
In high-profile relationships, there's an unspoken rule: control the visuals at all costs. That may explain the posed photographs, the polished but cautious captions, and the birthday tributes that feel as much like public statements as personal gestures. Every handhold in front of a camera, every smiling dinner snapshot, becomes part of a crafted narrative. The more staged these moments appear, the more people question what's intentionally left unseen. Michelle's absence from certain high-profile events, whether attributed to political burnout or scheduling issues, only widens the gap between the public image and the quiet speculation. For those paying close attention, the combination of Katt Williams' pointed comment, the revived Joan Rivers narrative, and the Hollywood rumors feels less like coincidence and more like a pattern. These threads together suggest a marriage navigating pressures far beyond the ordinary. Some of those pressures come from the demands of public life, others from private decisions, and all of them amplified by a tension that doesn't fade even years after leaving the White House. It's the push and pull between the polished image and the whispered theories that gives a story staying power. While most political rumors fade quickly, this one keeps circulating, sustained by a sense that the truth might be sitting just outside the frame of the pictures. We're allowed to see.
Jennifer Aniston, it was her circle of friends there allegedly discussing this. I mean, we don't know, but
that's how you know it's true.
Is it so hard to believe?
Like, when a woman tells another woman, yeah, you can tell me, I'll keep a secret, the phone's already out. Now it's about to hit a group chat. So that is, to me, the most conclusive piece.
If the past has shown us anything, it's that high-profile relationships rarely fall apart without some kind of signal. The clues are often there, only becoming obvious in hindsight. Are we seeing those signs now with the Obamas? Or are we reading too much into a story that's been carefully presented as unshakable? Katt Williams may see himself as simply voicing truths others aren't ready to face. And if his history of bold claims is any indication, the months ahead could bring more than provocative jokes. They could deliver revelations that challenge even the most loyal supporters' perceptions. The lingering question is a big one. If the Obamas, long held as symbols of unity, success, and enduring love, are caught in a wave of rumors and scrutiny, what does that say about the reality behind power? And if Williams is correct, what other truths might be sitting just outside the spotlight, waiting for the right moment to emerge? What's unfolding could be bigger than one marriage. It could be another reminder that every public image comes with a private cost.